Hey, y'all, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome to this episode of Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka. With me, your host, Dr. Ericka. Let me just say, I'm so excited to be here with you today. I haven't been here for a little while. It's been a little hectic. It's been a lot going on. And I had to take a quick break just to recharge enough because I want to bring you my best. I don't want to bring you sleepy, Dr. Ericka. I don't want to bring you can't put a sentence together that well, Dr. Ericka. So I wasn't here last week, but I'm so excited to be back this week. You might be like, what are we talking about? Here we go. We're talking about unlocking the joy of simplicity. I can't talk. Embracing a simple things to-do list. So before we get started, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. First thing, if you know someone that needs this, please tag them. Next thing, if you know someone that needs it, just share. Little button, hit share. The next thing is if you're watching it later, don't even worry about it. Just take hashtag replay in the comments and let me know you were here. So you might be wondering, why are we talking about this? Well, I talk to people all day. I listen all day. That is what I do in almost all of my roles, except for when I'm doing this video situation or I'm podcasting because then I'm talking. But even when I'm podcasting, I'm actually doing a lot of listening because I have guests. And one of the things I hear so often is people are chasing after this notion of wellness and happiness and having a good life, having their best life, having a better life. They're chasing after it. And for a lot of people that I've worked with and I've talked to, they feel like they're chasing after, but they are not quite getting there. So I want to talk about a few of those things that can lift your spirits and help you feel like you're moving in the forward motion and moving in the right direction. Now, if you do not know me, I'm your host, Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am extremely and irrationally passionate about helping you be better, do better, and live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry practice. My books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy. My podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka, and my corporate speaking. I do all of this to help busy people like you to show up for your friends, your family, your job. You show up for everybody but yourself. I do this to help put you back in your life. So let's go ahead and get this moving because I'm not going to keep you here all day. Not to mention, let me be real, I had a long day of clinic. I have a date as we talk about these simple things. One of the simple things I have for myself on my simple things list is to put on a comfy pair of pajamas that I have not worn in a while. I'm like, let's do some different pajamas and lie on my couch and sip tea. That is on my list of things. Now, if I get really fancy, I will make it to my patio and get a little sunlight since the sun is still out due to the time change. But you might be like, why are we talking about this? As I said, everyone is chasing after better. They're chasing after this best life. They're chasing after happy. At the end of the day, what are people looking for? People are looking to feel good. And I want to talk about some ways because one of the things that happens so much of adulting is there is so much delayed gratification. I'm going to feel better after I do this. After I get this job, after I get this promotion, after I make this much money, after I pay these bills off, after my kids go to college. It is always something else. It's one more thing. Later. I want to talk about some things you can do now because have you heard of a bucket list? People talk about their bucket list all the time. I remember that cute movie years and years ago called The Bucket List. And the thing about the bucket list is it's great. I have no problems with the bucket list. Yes, I have some things on my bucket list, including going to Fiji or Bora Bora, but bucket list things aren't every day. And one of the things I feel like is one of the keys to getting to that better life is finding those joyful moments in everyday life. I don't want you to have to wait until you have vacation or you save enough money or all these things to do something that brings you joy. So we're going to kind of flip this notion of bucket list on its head. And we're going to talk about taking about simplicity, doing a simple things to-do list. The simple things, because you know what? Simple things are accessible. Simple things don't typically cost a lot of money. And simple things are things you can do any day. So you don't have to wait to do them. So I want to talk about doing a simple things list. So let's talk about it. The first thing is the key is these are simple things. These don't have to be super complicated. I remember getting inspired to actually talk about this while I've told you I've been really into Korean dramas. I was watching a Korean drama and they were blowing bubbles. And let me tell you, blowing bubbles look like the most fun thing ever. We used to do it for family reunions and stuff like that. I haven't blown bubbles in a long time because a lot of the kids in my family have gotten a little larger. But the thing is I was like, I just want to blow bubbles. I was thinking about how simple life was when I was in college. I wasn't someone that had a lot of money. And I remember there's this place called Pizza K that's no longer there. And they had buy one pizza, get another pizza free, or buy an order of wings, get an order of wings free if you went and picked it up. And how many good times we had over this stuff that didn't cost me money because we had hardly any money. And I just want us to be able to reconnect with that spirit. So these are simple things. So some examples for myself is to blow bubbles, to sit on my couch. I don't know if you all have ever done a picnic on the floor. Something I see in movies, a lot of times people will camp in their backyard, going for a leisurely drive. It can be a wide variety of things, solo dance parties in your favorite PJs, but it's something simple. It doesn't have to be a once in a lifetime activity. That's one of the great things about these simple things is they don't have to be this once in a lifetime activity, which means that number one, if you really enjoy it, you can do it again. The next is you don't have to wait to do it because typically a lot of these things that you would think of that are simple things are things that they're pretty accessible. So you don't have to wait and wait and wait. Number 3 is find inspiration from movie, TV, regular life, and children. I know a lot of you are busy. There are a lot of things on your plate, and sometimes your brain is not always clicking on all the cylinders or doesn't have the capacity to think of some of these things. So to me, one of the biggest things is finding inspiration from everyday life. One of the reasons I have children on there is children do simple, fun things all the time. And sometimes just seeing that and going back to your childhood will help you think of some things that are simple that can bring you joy and that can also maybe even connect with some of those positive memories of the past. But just everyday life, things you may see on TV, hear on a song, see on a movie, even see on social media or have a conversation with someone. And it's just finding these inspiration anywhere to add things to your list. The next thing is nothing is too simple. As I said, one of the things on my list is to go outside and blow bubbles. I need to finally get the bubbles. It's been on this list to get these bubbles for a hot second. Then I got sucked in from work. But I'm going to get these bubbles in the next couple of days. But there's nothing that is too simple because anything has the capacity to bring you joy. The last thing is nothing is too silly. So don't let yourself be held back by what you think is responsible adult. Sometimes you got to be a kid or just do something fun and silly. But I don't want you to feel like there are all these limitations because you deserve freedom. So thanks. We're going to do a wrap up and then get you out. So what we're talking about today is unlocking the joy of simplicity because you know what? Simplicity is some great stuff. Simplicity is simple. I love me some Marie Kondo. So I love finding any ways to simplify your life. And also, as I said, I've been watching a lot of Korean dramas. And one of the things I notice is oftentimes people have these simplified, decluttered homes. But I think just this inspiration to return back to simplicity, I want to make sure that I share that with you all. So again, if you know someone that needs this, please share. If you know someone that needs this, please tag. The last thing, if you want to watch it, or not want to watch it because you're watching. If you are turned on late, don't worry about it. Just put hashtag replay. You can always go back to the beginning. As I told you, I'm not keeping you here forever. So we're going to do a recap and then get you on your way. So let's get rid of this title so it's not jacking this up. So we're talking about making a simple things to-do list. You've heard a bucket list. We're going to talk about a simple things to-do list because it is simple, it is accessible. A lot of times these are very low cost. You don't have to wait forever to do them. You don't have to make them super aspirational. So there's this big buildup. You deserve your joy right now. So 5 things to keep in mind is number 1, these are simple things. They do not have to be complicated. They don't have to be super fancy. Number 2 is they don't have to be once in a lifetime activities. Number 1, you can do them more than once. Number 2 is you don't have to wait to do something super big. It can be something super small. Like another example of one of them on mine is I have a matcha bowl and the whisk. I've never actually used my own matcha bowl and whisk. That's actually another thing on my list is to make matcha with that. But I need some fresh matcha because I can't do that with not really great, sexy matcha. It has to be really good, yummy, high quality matcha. The next thing is find inspiration from movies, TV, regular life, and children. You don't have to think about all this stuff on your own. Just pay attention to what's going on around you, and I bet some things will come to your mind. Number 4, nothing is too simple. And number 5, nothing is too silly. See, it's not that hard. Not that hard. But these are things, to me, this is a life hack to be able to bring you more joy that you can build on that positive energy. And at the end of the day, we're all looking for better because, as you know, I'm Dr. Ericka. I'm a Harvard trained board certified psychiatrist. So if I say it, it's true. And I'm irrationally passionate about helping you be better, do better, and live better. I do that through my Don't Tell Us Psychiatry, my books, my podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka, and my speaking. I do all this to help people like you that you show up for work, you show up for your friends, you show up for your family, you show up for your community, but you often don't show up for yourself. I do this to put you back in your life. So thanks for showing up. You showed up for yourself. And you know what? You show up for yourself. It puts you in a better position to take care of yourself, to show up for those other people. But you know what? You need to show up for yourself first. I'm here to say you need to make yourself a priority so that you can do all this great work and great service that you want to do. Plus, we don't get time back. You need some of that time for yourself. So thanks again for tuning in. I want you to take your left hand, put in your right arm, right hand, left arm. Give yourself a squeeze because you deserve some love. Thank you so much for showing up. Thanks so much for investing in yourself. Thanks for pouring back into me and giving me some energy because you know my love language is quality time. I want to encourage you to check out the podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka. You know, I talk about it. It's on all major podcast platforms. You can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, the Audible, all these places. Or you can just go to betterthepodcast.com, betterthepodcast.com, and hear new episodes. There was a new one that will be dropping sometime between today and tomorrow. All right. So I'm super excited about that. And this one is an episode you don't want to miss because it's kind of cool because we also are going to be talking about travel wellness hacks. That wasn't originally what the plan was, but you know what? That's what came together. And there are nuggets and pearls because myself and my guest, who's actually a celebrity makeup artist, are road warriors. So you're going to want to listen in and check that out. The next thing is if you need some high quality mental health care and treatment and interested in some telepsychiatry, and you know I do therapy, go to goodwinmed.com, goodwinmed.com to learn more about my practice. How about that? And that way you won't just hear Dr. Ericka talking to you. Dr. Ericka can help you directly one-on-one. So again, thank you so much for coming. I feel all of the love. Thanks for showing it to me. I am giving it to you. Can you feel the little love? Spirit fingers, little virtual hug. And that's what I got for you today. I told you I was not going to keep you here long. And that's all, folks. So I will see you back here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, actually, yes, I will. No, maybe. I got to figure it out. I'm going on vacation and I'm trying to do better with work-life integration. I have not quite figured out my entire life. So I may or may not, but I will let you know if I'm not, because I may be doing quality time with the family and I need to do some of that. So that's what I got for you. Thanks again. Have a great night.